Good morning and welcome to the Petitti Pro Garden Show. Thank you so much for getting up early and being with us this morning. We only have a couple shows left. I can't believe the end of October is just about here. But it looks like there'll be someone new taking our place for the months that we're off during the winter months. And Dave Angione, who was a special guest with us, he will be doing a show on real estate throughout the winter. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So we'll be visiting with him throughout the winter, keeping you up to date on what's going on. So we're going to go ahead and open our show with a word of prayer and get rolling. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for your goodness and we thank you for your grace. Father, we just ask that you use our show to bless you, bless others, and to bring glory to your name. Father, we just ask that you give us the strength that we need to get through each and every day and to be the Christian that you want us to be. We just ask this in your precious and your holy name. Amen. Well, we also have Kathy from Nanny Goat Naturals with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
And so we're going to be talking about things that's going on at the marketplace, things that you guys have up and coming. There's some new things that you're going to be doing.
Right.
And we're going to go ahead and answer some of your questions and let you know what's going on with us. And today is a very big day for us. We are having our 14th annual Fall Festival, and we have been doing this, for 14 years. Our very first year at the Garden Center, we did not do a Fall Festival, and we decided to do one our second year there, because our first year there, we were only there a few months before fall, so we didn't get a Fall Festival up and running. But we have a lot of things going on today, and we're very excited. We have the haunted maze, or a spooky maze. It's really not, the teenagers are not going to find this very spooky, but the younger kids will find it a little spooky. So it's a lot of fun. We have special games going on. We have, of course, treats for everyone. We will be cooking over a fire today. So anyone that wants lunch, come on over. We're going to be doing hot dogs over an open fire. And we're also going to have some marshmallows and chocolate and make those s'mores. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we just have activities all day long. But on top of that, we have several of our farmers market vendors that are going to be there today. Starting at 9 o'clock, the vendors will be there just like it was a regular farmers market, and they'll be there till noon. Some of them are going to hang out for a bit longer. But we also have some great new vendors that we haven't had in the past. So we're real excited about that, and we'd love you guys to come over and check them out. It's going to be a great day. We're very excited for it. We have been preparing and cleaning and getting the barnyard all ready because we want all of you to be able to come and experience the farm with the younger pigs that are there, that you can actually pet them because they're very tame, and the goats and the alpacas. We're also allowing everyone to gather eggs today, so you can gather your own egg and take it home with you. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We are also doing a contest today. And our contest is, if you come in today and buy a dozen eggs, you can enter into a drawing to win a free dozen eggs per week for the rest of the year. So you can come in today and fill out your ticket, a name and a telephone number, or a name and an email address. That's all you're going to need. And then if you buy that dozen eggs today, you can enter, and you can, if you want 6 dozen eggs today, you get to enter 6 times. And then we'll be drawing at the end of the day today for the person that will win a free dozen eggs each week throughout the rest of the year. So that'll be 10 more weeks that you will get a free dozen eggs. So we would love you to come out and enter that contest. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, we really need egg cartons. So if you bring an egg carton with you when you get your dozen eggs, you're going to get 25 cents off per dozen. So that's going to be great. Eggs are regular $3.50 a dozen. They are all fed a non-GMO organic diet, and they're free range. And they are a mix of colors. And if you come in and bring your egg carton today, you're going to get 25 cents off of that. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're doing that. Also, don't forget that winter indoor farmers markets are going to be starting in 2 weeks from today. That's November 4th. And it'll be running on the first and third Saturday of each and every month, all winter long through April. From 9 a.m. till noon, we will have the farmers market. It's sort of rain or shine or snow or sleet, we will be having it indoors, and it's in the greenhouse. So it's comfortable. If the sun's out, as Kathy knows, it'll get a little warm, but it's going to be great. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Also, the walnut hauling is still going on through the 2nd of November. So if you have walnuts in your yard that's falling down and you would like to get paid for them, Colin is there every day taking your walnuts in, and he's paying $15 per 100 pounds. And so you can make some money on them also. If you can't make it during his hours of 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Saturdays, you can always give him a call and he will do it by appointment. And Colin's number is 330-581-8685. And so that's going to be a way that you can contact him if you want to do that walnut hauling and you can't make it during the hours. Also, tomorrow we are going to be doing something for a very good cause. Most of us on our team, we're going to skip church tomorrow, and we are going to be walking for Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. And so we are going to be doing that, so you can cheer us on. If you come to the store today, you can get a pink bracelet to help us out, and we would love to have a donation that we will be able to make to the American Cancer Society for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so we have a team, and we will be walking tomorrow morning, and so we're very excited about that. We're going to go ahead and get the question answered before we tell you about some of the specials that we have going on at the store for this week. So the question was, I'm bringing in my mandevillas and my hibiscus. What do I need to do? And we have talked about this many times about what we need to do when we're bringing plants in. And you want to make sure that you're not bringing any insects in to your home. So before you bring them in, maybe pull them into the garage. Early this week, we did have a pretty hard frost in some areas. And hopefully you had brought those plants in at least under cover. So if you have maybe any type of tropical plant, but your lemon trees or your orange trees that you've had outside all summer and you need to bring them in, it's a good idea to treat them for insects. And that's the biggest thing. Usually not diseases, but insects. And so it's a good idea to go ahead and spray that plant. And we like to say to spray them 3 times. So spray perhaps today. Wait 2 to 3 days, spray again, wait 2 to 3 more days, and spray one more time before you bring them into the house. So you can have them in the garage or maybe on the porch, but spray them. Make sure that you get the undersides of the leaf, down the stems of the plant, and spray the top of the soil, because a lot of times eggs will fall and they will be on that top of the soil, and that way you can make sure that you get all the insects and their eggs killed off if you're spraying like that, and you do it for the 3 consecutive times. And you shouldn't have any insect issues until probably March. And then when you start getting a lot of new growth, because we're having long days, you might notice a few aphids at that time, and you might want to spray again. What we recommend is the Captain Jacks. If for all of the things like whitefly and mealybug and those other kind of issues, insects that we have on these tropical plants indoors. And also, neem oil is a great one, because if you have an infestation of aphids, it will nip them really quickly, where the Captain Jacks will only kill the larva and the insects, the egg stage of the aphid. The adult stage, it doesn't kill real well. So the neem oil will attack those adults as well and get rid of those aphids for you. And they work very well. Also, neem oil acts as a fungicide. So if there is any disease on there, you might be able to nip that as well. Like I said, most of the time that's not a big issue, but just in case, you would have that option as well. There was one more question about, is it still safe to plant? Again, another question that we have answered over and over again, and definitely it is. But now, today, October 21st, we say it's a little late for your mums and your other perennials, your herbaceous things that doesn't have a woody stem. I as most of you know, like October 15th. That is sort of my cutoff date because we never know what the weather is going to bring. So if we continue to have weather like we have had, 70-degree days, only 40-degree evenings and nights, you're usually pretty safe to keep on planting. But like next week, they're calling for Tuesday, Wednesday, some rain, and then a really big drop-off with the days are only going to be in the upper 40s and lower 50s, and the nights getting into the 30s. When the soil gets that cold, it's hard to root in. So that's why I like those herbaceous things to be planted by the 15th, so they have time to get rooted in before the soil gets really cold and they don't have a chance to get rooted in. So you want to make sure that you do those kind of things. But your woody stemmed plants, they can be planted until the ground is frozen, and they will do just fine. When they're going into their dormancy. It's no shock to their system, so it's a great time to go ahead and plant. Even, things like your azaleas and some of the ones that we think about might be tender, it's still fine till mid-December to plant those kind of things. And this is an ideal time to plant fruit trees and berry bushes because they do have a woody stem, and that brings us to what we have on sale this week. We are continuing a sale that we had started on fruit trees and berry bushes at 25% off their regular price. So come on out today. The weather's nice. This is going to be a great weekend to get those things planted. We still have a few blueberries. We have thornless blackberries, raspberries in the black, the red, and the yellow or white. And so some great raspberries and also some wonderful fruit trees. I think there's only 2 peach trees left, so if you want peach, you better move on those quickly. But several different apple trees we have, so please come on over and take advantage of that. So we are going to go ahead and talk to Kathy about some of the things that's going on at the marketplace and some of the things that you have coming up that you really put a lot of emphasis on. And one of those things isn't going to be taking place for about a month from now, but that's Small Business Saturday. And you and I both hold that very close to our heart as a good shopping day for us.
It is. Typically, everyone does their shopping on Black Friday
right.
at the malls and places like that. But then Small Business Saturday is a great time for the community to get together. And what we always do is we offer some sales to get people to come out. People that have supported us all year long, give them a little bonus for helping us out,
right.
being there for us all year.
Mm-hmm.
So we put a big emphasis on that day, and it'll be on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, which would be November 25th.
Yeah.
And it'll be all day for us. We'll have some specials running, and normally we have some cookies and
right.
punch
yeah.
and things.
We
like
do the
that.
same thing. It's always a great, it's a great day for us. And we really promote that because you and I, as small business owners, we really appreciate people supporting small businesses. So that's when I do all of my shopping as well. Right. I don't buy. I know I have friends that work at big box stores, but that's not where I shop. I shop there out of necessity. If I can't find it from a small business person, I will go to the box store and make the purchase. But I'm like you, I always purchase from small businesses whenever I can.
And typically what we're hearing, people like to shop small business because they get that one-on-one attention.
Right.
They meet the business owner. They can ask questions, get the answers that they're looking for. But typically to just have that special attention
mm-hmm.
that they can
and building that relationship,
right.
With the person that they're purchasing from. There's a thing that's been going on Facebook. When you purchase from a big box store, so many
right.
times it's a CEO is buying their second or third or fourth or fifth house, but when they buy from a small business person, it's sending our children or grandchildren to college, or it's putting food on the table. It's very intimate. It's not, that extravagant thing when they spend their $20 of their hard-earned money. It's something special to us, and we really appreciate them spending that $20. Right.
Right. And we hear it all the time. If I happen to be at a show over the weekend and I'm not there the next week when I come back, oh, we missed you last week.
Right.
They expect to see us there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we
right.
just make sure that we're available. And where else can you go where you can go in and say, I'm allergic to this ingredient. Do you think you could make something special for me? And we're able to do that all the time. You have no idea how many we custom make for.
Exactly, because you make in small batches, so you can do those special things. And that is so important to people. You know, when a big store, they're going to be like, you know, we make 1,000 bars at a time, or we make, you know, gallons of this at a time, and they can't do that. So what a blessing to have someone like you guys that can do those small batches. Right, exactly, personalize it. Right. And you have a couple other things going on.
We do. We have the Shop Local. We're talking about shopping local. It's vendor night. It's on November 6th. It's actually a Monday night. And we've done it on Monday before, and it seems to be pretty good. But we're emphasizing you can start your Christmas shopping. And it's going to be at 2 locations this time. It's at More Than Coffee. There's going to be 6 vendors there. That's where I've done it before. But 2 doors down, they have Share Possibilities. And she has got 6 people as well. So you've got 2 small businesses that are going to offer diverse products so that you can go and do your shopping, and you can just have a social time with your friends and get some coffee from Pam. And it's just a great event.
And this is right at the marketplace.
This is actually over in the plaza where Mark's is at on Edison. Okay, so it's there. There's a Goodwill there, and a couple doors down is the More Than Coffee, and then 2 doors down from there is the Share Possibilities. So that is the Shop Local. The one that we're doing, the Shop Local at the marketplace, will be the day after Black Friday.
After Black Friday, right.
Yeah, and so I've got that going on. And then in the village, of course, we have the tree lighting. That's a little ways off, but it'll come fast. It's the first Sunday evening in December.
In December, right.
And we always set up at that one, too. It's like 4:30 to 7, so we set up there. We usually try to bring a goat or 2 so the kids can come and
play,
pet.
right? Exactly. Yes. Right. I think that Louisville is doing their light up.
I believe it's the same night.
Louisville, the same night. Yes. Exactly. So if you are living in the Louisville area and you want to stop by Louisville's light up, then you can do that, and then run right up to Hartville and catch theirs all in the same day. That'll be December 3rd that will taking place. I had to look at the calendar real quick there because I wasn't sure of that date.
It's going fast.
Right, exactly. And I will be actually in Zor that weekend.
Christmas in Zor.
We
used to do that for many years.
And I will be in the greenhouse again. I will be there Saturday and Sunday. But what I usually do is leave early enough on Sunday that I can make the tail end of Light Up Louisville. So at least I'll be able to get to that one. But yeah, I'll be down in Zor. That is a very nice event. Saturday evening, when they all go to the church and sing, and then they have the processional down to the garden, and someone explains about the tree in the middle representing Christ and the disciples. And it's just such a great thing with the candles and then singing around that tree. It's such a great event. Actually, I think that I'm going to be able to possibly do that event instead of just working the whole time.
Right.
Good, because that's a very neat thing.
And I remember the last year we did that event, and it had snowed lightly. And it was just so pretty to see the lights, and the weather was just perfect.
Right.
You could walk around with your hot chocolate and just take in the sights. It's a wonderful village.
It is.
We've had a lot of fellowship with them. We really enjoy.
I know. It is wonderful. It is a wonderful community. Their historical society is so active and so dedicated to preserving that little town. It's just so sweet.
The Zor store down there carries our products. They have carried it for a lot of years, so we don't actually attend the festival anymore because we're so busy at the marketplace at that time of year.
Right.
But we're well represented.
Wonderful. So your products are there. So if you are making it down to the Zor Christmas store, you can get your stuff at the Zor. All of your Nanny Goat natural products at the Zor store there. That'll be great. So what else do you guys have? Anything else going on? Craft shows or anything that you're doing over the winter?
We didn't. Things have really picked up at the marketplace.
So
we're primarily there. We did a festival last month, and it will be an annual one next year. But it was a lot of fun. It was the Wizard of Oz festival. So next year, hopefully, I'll have something to tell you about that.
Right.
But mostly, we are staying at the marketplace. We're working on our infused products, where we're taking the herbs, infusing them in olive oil, taking the herbs themselves out and using the infused oil into products. We are making salves with that.
Oh, wonderful.
And we have made some soaps with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're, as well as doing essential oils, we're getting into doing a little bit with the herbs now too.
Great.
So that's the new line that we're doing, and the honeybees are growing strong. And so
Great.
probably in the spring we'll be offering honey in our shop.
In your
as
shop.
well.
Wonderful. And you're doing a lot of stuff with fiber now.
I am.
Yes. And so
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we're working with spinning, making yarn, and we've been primarily working with wool and alpaca fibers.
Mm-hmm.
We also do felting. We've done the dryer balls. We felt around soap, which makes a great exfoliator. Just put the soap inside and just rub with the whole thing. So it works really nice. But
And do you sell those at the...
I do.
Wonderful.
When we can keep them in stock. The dryer balls, as soon as you have them on the shelf, they're gone.
Yes.
And the soaps people, once they try them, they don't go back to anything else. They really like the feel of that.
Right. I love dryer balls. I use dryer balls every time I dry my clothes.
A very economical way, and it's safe for your septic, your sewer, your dryer, everything.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just a great way to go.
Right. So tell us about a new line of goats that you're going to be harvesting their wool next season.
Well, actually, they're 6 months old now. We got them on Sunday. Some of them are already have been sheared, and I get to try to do one on my own. I decided I wanted to try it while they're young. You can do it 2 times a year, but they're called pagoras, and they are a cross between a pygmy goat and an Angora goat. And so we'll be able to use their wonderful silky fiber, so I can use it for spinning. And I'm really excited because I got to feel it while I was there and feel what it feels like, and it is just so soft. Another purpose of this line of goats is we travel with our goats, and every year we're training a new baby how to behave appropriately socially. And I said, wouldn't it be nice if we had a small goat that we could travel with year after year? We'd be used to it. So that's going to be another function. They're going to. I was able to bring them home in a dog crate. They were
Really?
That small.
That small.
And we only have a journey. We don't have a great big truck anymore. And so, I mean, that gives you an idea of size-wise.
Right.
So, but they kind of look a little bit, when they have their fleece on, they kind of look like a little sheep. But they are a great new line that they've come out with, where they're crossbreeding these. And it's a great
how neat.
goat.
That sounds really, really, really cool, because you hear about sheep's wool all the time, or alpaca, but not goat. It's not something that you hear a lot about. So this is going to be very interesting.
The cashmere and the mohair, in that if you get those in sweaters, you see how costly they are. That's how precious that fleece is. So it'll be kind of nice.
Yeah, that'll be really
be able to make the yarn.
That'll be really great. So tell us the details on the shopping at the event that you're doing on the 6th.
On November 6th, the Shop Local Vendor Night. Just show up. There's no cost to do it. Just come in, do your shopping, get yourself something to drink, and you can just
And that's
hang
right
out.
in the Marks Plaza.
In the Marks Plaza.
On Edison.
Right. Both shops, not Marks, but the More Than Coffee and Share Possibilities, from 6 to 8:30. It's a Monday evening.
All right. And then also don't forget about Shop Local Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. There's going to be all kinds of specials at the marketplace that day. Kathy's going to be having specials. We'll be having specials at the Garden Center. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's a great day. Well, we thank you so much for being with us, Kathy. And it was wonderful. And, we'll be seeing you over the winter. In the wintertime, I have a little bit more time that I can make it to the marketplace on a more regular basis. So that'll be a wonderful thing. And also, for all of you, don't forget today, we have the Fall Festival going on, starting at 9 o'clock. All the vendors will be there. Also, if you make it at 9, between 9 and 10, I am making breakfast for everyone. So I am making, actually, I have quiches in the oven right now. As Sarah is watching them. Thank you very much, Sarah. And so at 9 o'clock, from 9 to 10, we will be serving breakfast to everyone that shows up. And also remember that egg special. So if you buy eggs today, for every dozen eggs you buy today, you will get a ticket and entered into a drawing to get a dozen eggs per week for the rest of the year. So that's going to be great. Remember, we have the fruit trees and all the berry bushes on sale this weekend for 25% off their regular price. So that's going to be a great deal. And also don't forget, mark your calendars so that you can start coming to the the Winter Indoor Farmers Market and support local vendors throughout the entire winter. If you've been going to farmers markets throughout the season and now you feel like, oh no, there's no more farmers markets, well, you can all come enjoy the warmth of the greenhouse in the wintertime and support local vendors as well. So there's all kinds of things. So many people say, but what can you have in the wintertime for a farmer's market? Well, several vendors have high tunnels, which mean they can grow cold crops, greens, and several other things throughout the winter. So please come out to the farmer's market. The bakers are all there too, and there are some extremely delicious things. And so if any of you have been to the farmer's market, and Bob the baker, he's going to be there today with tiramisu and cheesecake. So come on out today. It's going to be so much fun. The festivities today will be running until 4 o'clock. Farmers market vendors will be there at least until noon. Some will be there until 4. And don't forget, starting November 4th, the farmers markets will start on the first and third Saturday of each and every month throughout the whole winter from 9 to noon. We want to thank you all so much for getting up with us. We will see you next week for our very last show of the season with a representative from Pond Weiser. Thank you so much and have a blessed week.